Welcome to the Bible in 1 year with Ochido Ayi, and I'm your host, Ochido. So, if you're joining me for the first time, you're welcome. Thank you to all the people who have subscribed and who have been joining me. I haven't been promoting this much. All right, so I think I'll begin to do so. Anyway, you're welcome. Um, I chose to do this because I wanted to get to know more about the Bible, and I want to make up my mind whether I should believe it or not. Yes. And I don't want to do it alone. So that's why I open it up, and I normally share my thoughts live. I go through it, I read it, I put my thoughts down, and then I retell the stories, the scriptures we read. I share them live with say. This is so that I can determine, what exactly is written in the Bible, make up my mind what to infer from the stories, what to learn from, like find the stories for myself and not have it filtered through another person's understanding, because there may just be a couple of things that I believed one way until I read it and then I saw that it was another way. Okay? The thing is, it's great to read it yourself because you get to know what it is you truly believe. And there are things to discard, whether you should discard anything. In any case, you're welcome if you're joining me. Please subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think in the description, in the communication, in the comment section. I normally leave the scriptures that we read in the description box so that if you want to follow us, you're free to do so. Today we're looking at Ecclesiastes chapters 4 to 6. Normally we follow a structured reading guide using this particular Bible study guide, and every single day we look at a psalm, a New Testament, an Old Testament, a psalm, and a proverb. We're done with the psalm, so today we're going to be looking at Ecclesiastes, which is an Old Testament, Proverbs 22 verse 16, which is a Proverbs, and 2 Corinthians 14 to 7, which is a New Testament scripture. So that's where we are today. I want to try and see if I can speed up my time so that I can get more of you interested and staying on. Okay, so basically we see Solomon yesterday, he introduced that famous part of the scripture where there's a time for everything. Hello Rafik, welcome. Muhammad, yes, Muhammad Rafik, you're welcome. All right, so Ecclesiastes 4 starts with the oppressed have no comforter. I am very well, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. I wonder where you're watching from. Maybe you let me know. The dead is happier than the living. Better is the one who wasn't even born to see the evil in the world today. Labor and achievement spring from envy. They're all about chasing. They're from Dubai. Interesting. I'm from Nigeria. Yes, I'm from Nigeria. So this podcast is about reading through the Bible and satisfying our curiosity that we know the Bible stories, trying to read it for ourselves so that we can know what it is. So this is to invite all curious people to join me along this journey. So that's why I'm sharing it live. So that's what basically we're doing. Nice to meet you too. All right, so King Solomon here continues saying, a fool folds his hands and ruins himself, and another has no siblings yet wouldn't stop working. He was basically trying to say, like, he's looked around life. Someone was super wise, right? Everything is just like a vicious cycle. You see someone who has no kids who won't stop working, and the one that has several kids who won't lift a finger to help himself to take care of his kids and his family. He says here, he goes on to say, two people are better than one. They have good return for their work, and if one person falls, they're not alone. The other person will help them up. But it's terrible when you have no one to help you up. Two can keep each other warm, and one can be empowered, but two can defend they can defend themselves. And then if you are even three, like my sisters, a threefold cord is not easily broken. So I guess those who have many siblings have a lot to be thankful for from these scriptures, because it sounds like the more you are, the stronger the bond should be, right? You should have support all around you because you have a lot of siblings. Okay. Okay, better to be poor and wise than foolish and taking no warning. Better to be poor and wise. Draw near to God's house to listen, not necessarily sacrifice. So that means even we who are drawing near to God, we should draw near to God so we can gain from it, I guess, and not necessarily because you have to sacrifice, which is what coming to worship is about. The sacrifice of praise. You know, back in the day they sacrificed animals. Now, when Christianity came on the scene, it was no longer a sacrifice of animals, it was now a sacrifice of praise. Anyway, don't hastily make any promises to God. Don't make any hasty promises to God. Dreams can also bring many cares, and a fool can say many things. A fool can say many words. Do not delay in fulfilling your vows to God, or be quick to even promise it and then later change your mind and say it was a mistake. You want to annoy God and destroy the works of your hands, then just say things without thinking about them. So that's what Solomon is saying here. Too much dreaming and talk are meaningless. Goods increase. The more goods you have, the bigger or the richer you become, the more mouths to feed. Laborers sleep. Laborer sleeps. Okay, let me read what I wrote. Laborer sleeps sweet. Abundance permits no sleep. So amazing. We all want to be rich, knowing that when we become, I guess we don't really know. It's only those that are already rich that know that when you get there, you won't even have the kind of rest you think your wealth will give you. You know, so abundance permits no sleep. People like can hoard wealth to harm, and the way life is, you can lose it all to misfortune. You can hoard your wealth and harm yourself and lose it all to misfortune. You know, you see, man, the way he comes in is how he goes. He departs as he came, empty and naked. All the frustration and afflictions and anger, all of it gone when man goes, whether he had it in abundance or whether it was a little. It's good to eat, drink, and enjoy the few days that God has given you and enabled you to enjoy. So if God has given you wealth, enjoy your wealth and possessions. Sometimes though, God won't let him enjoy the wealth. Evil won't. Things can happen and someone can be on his way to wealth and not even get to enjoy it, properly. Some have many kids and live very long and yet be buried poorly, like they lived meaningless lives. And then stillborn, a stillborn is better than someone who was born, because there's so much trouble in this world. Like, why were you even born? So that's what Solomon is saying here. And I put here in bracket Michael. Michael is the name of my son. He was stillborn. Actually, he wasn't quite stillborn. He was born, but they were unable to resuscitate him because he had been in distress for quite a few hours when we were trying to get him out. So by the time he was born, he didn't have the strength to take a breath, and that's how he left. So Michael never came, he never left the hospital, never saw my face. I was stillborn. And Solomon here is saying that those people are even better off than the ones that were born, and I've seen a lot. I don't quite agree. Anyway, man's efforts are for his mouth, and he is never satisfied. The more the words, the less the meaning. Can anyone tell man what will happen after he's gone? No one, because it's all meaningless, empty, chasing of wind. So that's where our scriptures from the Old Testament end today. Our Proverbs says, well, we're looking at Proverbs chapters 22 verse 16. Why did I close Proverbs again? 22 verse 16. He who oppresses the poor, haven't I read this before? He who oppresses the poor to increase his wealth, and he who gives to the rich, both come to poverty. Okay, I think that normally I don't talk about this, but I can't help but just say that I think, someone who oppresses poor people to become wealthy, and those who flatter people with gifts will all eventually come to poverty, because you're not using your money wisely, your time wisely. Okay, so 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verses 14, all through to chapter 7 verses 7, and we'll be done. Do not be yoked together with unbelievers, Paul admonishes us. Yoke here describes like something that they put on the neck of oxen when they used to plow farms back in the day, and people who are farmers probably understand this illustration. It says yoke describes, okay, I described the yoke. I said I was going to describe the yoke. So you have nothing in common with unbelievers. Light and darkness have nothing in common. Christ and Belial have nothing in common. God and idols have nothing in common. They have no agreement. We are God's temple because God says He will live with us, and so we should come out from among them. And here, them there was when the scripture was written, it was written to the Jews. So when they said come out from among them, they meant like unbelievers, people who were idol worshippers and things like that. And live among them. So God said, I'll live with them. So come out from among them and touch no unclean thing, and I'll receive you. I'll be your father, and you'll be my children. So since God has promised, Paul is reminding the people he was talking to, let us purify ourselves from all contaminants of spirit and body in perfect holiness. Let's make room. So he tells them, make room for us in your hearts. We have wronged no one, we have exploited no one, we have corrupted no one. We would live and die without doing that to anyone. I told before, I have great confidence and I take pride in you, Corinthians. I'm encouraged so that all my troubles and my joys, they know no bound. So I think that there must have been some sort of murmur in the background saying that Paul is not really proud of them. Maybe that's why he's stricter with them. Maybe, the Corinthians were a very wild church. They were like this kind of people who really wanted to follow God and this new religion, but they had all these crazy expressions and culture that just didn't align with this new scripture. So maybe they thought Paul was being exceptionally hard on them, because if you look at this book of Corinthians, I think he blasted the Christians the most in this book of Corinthians. Anyway, blasted meant, I mean, like scolding them a lot. Yeah. So Paul is trying to say, look, I'm encouraged. I like you guys a lot. I'm encouraged by you. I believe in you. My joy knows no bounds because of you. Come on, guys. Come on now. I love you guys. And all of that. So we came all the way from Macedonia. We were harassed. We were conflicted outside. People were fighting with us outside, and inside we were afraid. But God, who comforts the downcast, comforted us by Titus coming to visit with us, and how you were deeply you from Corinthians in particular were deeply concerned for me, so that my joy was greater than ever. So I guess Paul must have also felt like the Corinthians didn't quite accept him, because yesterday we looked at how he said, look, you guys are not warming up to me. I'm warming up to you, but you guys are not warming up to me. Warm up to me. Come on, guys. I love you and I want you guys to trust me. And so when the Corinthians were worried about him and they sent him stuff, I think he was extremely excited, because that meant that they were accepting him. And I wrote here that Paul is a sweet man. And not so much, persuading gently, putting up with so much just to win hearts. So that our scriptures end today, and I think that Paul is really an amazing person, a very long-suffering person, very persuasive, very patient, tolerant of a lot, just so that he can win a few people. He took this assignment so like a matter of life and death, which it became for eventually to him. So that brings to an end our Bible reading today. I don't know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments in the section, in the comment section. If you're, thank you for those who have liked. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the button so that you know when next I go live. It's been a long day today, so just wish me well that I'm able to get a good night's sleep today. All right, and I wish you all well. Thank you, Ramad from Dubai. Thank you for all the other people who didn't say anything but were watching. And for those who catch the replay, thank you. All right. I'll see you in the next episode. God bless you.